Hello everyone, my name is Marcus G. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. A new member of the Ambulance 61 team has been recruited. A new paramedic will take Sylvie Brett's place now that she has formally resigned from her position with the Chicago Fire Department. And it's possible that you recognize him. On the show Chicago Fire, who is Lenox? Find out more by continuing to read. The hit procedural series Chicago Fire is broadcast on NBC. The show explores the professional and personal lives of the firemen, rescue personnel, and paramedics that work at the fictional Firehouse 51, which is controlled by the Chicago Fire Department. The series is the first edition of the One Chicago franchise, which also includes the spin-offs Chicago PD and Chicago Med. Dick Wolf is the producer of the series. 2012 was the debut of the show, and it is presently in the midst of its 12th season. Over the course of seasons 3 through 12, Kara Killmer played the role of Sylvie Brett, a beloved paramedic. Her departure from the program occurred during the 6th episode of the 12th season, which included Brett's marriage to her longtime love, Matthew Casey, played by Jess Spencer. Fans have been wondering who will take her place on Ambulance 61 now that a replacement position has become available, and they have finally received an answer to their question. Be sure to keep reading to learn everything there is to know about the most recent addition to the cast of Chicago Fire, and to find out whether or not the new cast member will remain on the show permanently. On the show Chicago Fire, who is Lenox? Lenox, the new medic on Chicago Fire, will be presented to the audience for the first time in the forthcoming episode of Season 12 titled All the Dark, which will be broadcast on March 27. Although there is not a lot of information available on him, new photographs taken throughout the episode show him assisting Violet Mikami, Hanako Greensmith, in treatment of a patient. It would appear that the two paramedics have been dispatched to a dialysis treatment center. See the photo that is located above. There was a previous statement made by showrunner Andrea Newman to TV Line indicating that Violet will be taking over the post of paramedic in charge that Brett had previously held. That is a part of the great Violet journey this year, as she continues to grow as a character and gets to step into a leadership position on AMBO as well, she said. This year is going to be a phenomenal year for Violet. A further implication made by the executive was that Violet would be receiving a new direct report. The hints that Newman dropped were as follows. There will be somebody new coming in, and they will be working under Violet. During the 6th episode, Violet and the paramedic Chief Robinson, played by Laura Allen, had a conversation about who would be riding with the latter. However, the chief disclosed that she did not provide Violet with any influence on the decision. An official synopsis for the first episode of Lenox's series reads as follows. The hazmat call at a dialysis center leads to a distressing discovery. Bowden has a disagreement with paramedic Chief Robinson. Carver observes a change in Gibson's behavior that is cause for concern. There is a possibility that fans will recognize Wesam Keesh, the actor who plays Lenox, because he has already made an appearance in the One Chicago world. Keesh did not make an appearance on any of the 3 major shows that are currently part of the franchise. Rather, he had a guest role on the 3rd spin-off Chicago Justice, which was only on the air for a short period of time. It was just one season of the legal drama that was shown in 2017, and it focused on the prosecutors and investigators who worked for the state's attorney's office in Cook County. Jafar Bustani, a college student who murdered his former flatmate out of envy, was the character that Keesh played in the episode See Something, which Keesh appeared in playing. Keesh has also made an appearance in an other reality involving Dick Clark. On the television show Law and Order, Organized Crime, he played the role of Adam Malachi Matlock in 10 episodes, which was a recurrent segment. In addition, the actor has been in the television shows NCIS and NCIS, Los Angeles, as well as Good Girls, For the People, and Awkward on MTV. According to Own It Chicago, a great number of celebrities have left the Windy City and a few of them have also returned to the city for a surprise visit. In addition to Jesse Spencer and Monica Raymond from Chicago Fire, Yaya DaCosta and Tori DeVito from Chicago Med, and Brian Girardi from Chicago Police Department are among the former cast members who have returned to the show after leaving their respective roles. Many others, however, have been absent for an excessively extended period of time, leaving viewers to speculate about the whereabouts of their characters at this point in time. Closure is something that we can't help but need, especially for folks like Dr. Connor Rhodes from the medical show and Jay Halstead from the police department, who left under tragic circumstances or with a lot of loose ends that need to be tied up. On the other hand, there are the fan favorites that we have lost in a far more permanent manner. Yet, this does not prevent us from creating a dream scenario in which we may see two fallen fire veterans once more. Nevertheless, we had a far more difficult time coming up with a realistic scenario that a Lin's fee of the police department could rise again. However, you are more than welcome to leave your suggestions in the comments section. Gabby Dawson provided viewers with a welcome update on her brother Antonio when Monica Raymond made a brief return to Chicago Fire in 2019. She disclosed that Antonio is doing well and is working with the crisis response team that her organization has established in the Bahamas. However, we would want to see John Seda in person on the show police department so that Antonio's former coworkers in intelligence can see for themselves how far he has come in his attempt to recover from his addiction to drugs. Since the character played by Colin Donnell left the hospital in a sudden and dramatic manner in 2019, most likely to begin working at the Mayo Clinic, we have not received any information regarding the doctor's current state of health. The tragic message that he left behind, in which his ex-girlfriend Ava admitted to killing his father and then taking her own life in front of him, makes it seem like it would be acceptable to check in with him. Plus, the charismatic Donnell, who was a fan favorite, stated in 2022 to TB Line that it would be fun to revisit the character, and that there is still some stuff left to explore with Connor. Donnell was a fan favorite. Annie Alonzo's paramedic made the announcement that she would be leaving the Firehouse to go back to school to become a physician. This would allow her to potentially return to the show Chicago Med at some point in the future. Gaffney appears to be in serious need of new documents at all times. Alternately, it is possible that she will come into contact with the ambulance belonging to Firehouse 51 while it is delivering a patient to another hospital in Windy City. When Sophia Bush's character suddenly left the show, it left us with a lot of concerns that we haven't been able to find answers to, and they continue to bother us to this day. Does Lindsay have a position in the counterterrorism arm of the Federal Bureau of Investigation in New York City? She broke up with her ex-boyfriend Halstead without saying goodbye to him. Thus, what is her current mood towards him? What are the current circumstances of her relationship with Voight, who served as a surrogate father to her? Given the circumstances under which she left the show, I was miserable, she revealed during the Unstyled podcast hosted by Refinery 29. It is highly improbable that Bush will return to the series. Despite this, we continue to yearn for closure regarding Lindsay and her relationships in Chicago. After beginning his career as a firefighter on Chicago Fire, Jeff Heffner moved on to Chicago Med, where his character sought a career in medicine and won us over thanks to his role as Nayeli Manning's boyfriend. The unfortunate truth is that Clark left to work in emergency medicine in Maui. However, it is possible that he is sick of the breathtaking scenery in Hawaii and would like to return to the Windy City. Yeah, we didn't think that was the case. Even though it has been 10 years since the passing of Lauren German's beloved paramedic, we have not yet moved on from the loss. Although it is evident that the death makes it difficult for her to return to the present, there is still a possibility that she will experience flashbacks. In point of fact, a show that focuses on the early days of the original Firehouse 51 crew would also provide the opportunity for other families' faces to be brought back, such as the amiable Charlie Barnett is still at the top of our wish list for comebacks, despite the fact that there have been more episodes without Peter Mills than there have been with him. Because the firefighter departed the Windy City on a high note to build a restaurant in North Carolina with his family, there is no doubt that the Firehouse would be more than happy to have him back. And should he return back together with his ex-girlfriend Gabby Dawson, for whom he was still harboring affections when he left Chicago, well, that would surely be an interesting twist. Sorry, Dawsey fans, but Casey is already in a relationship. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my fast gossip to our channel and stay with us.